Some say we have bad spirits, some say we have good spirits. Is that so? Now I like using analogies. So I'll be using analogy of the plants and animals. Let me use lion. You see, lion is created to feed on deer because it's a flesh-eating animal. Now, when lion chases deer to feed deer, plant is happy because lion is interceding by eliminating an enemy of plants. Plant thinks of deer as an enemy, or when deer dies, plant is free. Okay? Now, in this case, deer, which is being hunted by lion, is seeing lion as evil. And plant is seeing lion as what you call good, holy, it's God, whatever. Hello everyone, welcome again on my channel. This is PaulVin TV and I am your brother PaulVin. Regularly we meet and we talk about Spiritism, African culture. Sometimes I go out and interview people to share their knowledge about the higher self and spirits. But today I'm engaging you myself about an episode. And this episode is an exciting one. In this episode, I want to talk to you about Spiritism. Spirits, how do we understand spirits? Some say we have bad spirits, some say we have good spirits. Is that so? Now I like using analogies. So I'll be using analogy of the plants and animals. Plants and animals. Don't forget, human beings are also classified as a different kind of animals. You understand? Okay, so when I say animals, in this case I'll be using the wild animals though, but human beings are also part of this category. So in my purview, in Spiritism we don't have anything like good or bad. All right, all things come from the same source, and all this, the source, as I explained in my previous episode, we have God the Father, God the Mother. We have feminine and masculine energy. We have negative and positive energy. Negative doesn't mean bad, and positive doesn't mean good. They are just two things that are needed to form life. Alright. Now, in Spiritism, I said we don't have anything bad, we don't have anything good, because all things were emanated to be as they are. And you can't blame something from being itself and call it bad. Alright, okay. Now let me first start with the analogy of humans and plants. Now, you see, human beings give plants carbon dioxide, and in turn, plants give human beings oxygen. So we serve each other. So there's a saying that when the last tree dies, the last human dies. All right. Now let me send you to the analogy of animals as animals and plants. Now look at plants and look at deer. Those who don't know what deer is what I've put on the screen. This is deer. Now, deer is an animal that's classified as herbivores. An animal that feeds on plants or herbs. Now, to plants, deer is an evil animal. So think of deer as a spirit. Deer is created to feed on plants. So think of plant as humans. Now, because deer's action is always hurting plants, deer thinks of plant thinks of deer as evil. Meanwhile, deer was created to feed on plants, or deer was emanated, formed to feed on plants. So to deer, it hasn't done anything wrong, it is just being itself. But to plants, because deer action hurts it, it says deer is evil. or bad. So you can see it's only misunderstanding. Now, there is another aspect in this scene. Let me use lion. You see, lion is created to feed on deer because it's a flesh-eating animal. Now, when lion chases deer to feed deer, plant is happy because lion is interceding by eliminating an enemy of plant. Plant thinks of deer as an enemy. So when deer dies, plant is free. Okay? Now, in this case, deer, which is being hunted by lion, is seeing lion as evil. And plant is seeing lion as what you call good, holy, it's God, whatever. Okay, but you can see that all these situations, all these decisions and choices are guided by conditions and situations. So when the situation affects you adversely, you claim the source to be evil towards you. When the situation affects you in a positive way, you claim the source of the situation to be good towards you. So deer sees lion as evil. Lion doesn't see itself to be evil because it was created to be that way. Without deer, lion will also die. So it's a process of survivability. So we serve ourselves. You understand? Now, when lion feeds on deer, deer doesn't really get anything from lion. So to deer, lion is very, very evil. So there are spirits that are just created to feed, and they don't give you anything in return. So humans choose to call those spirits evil spirits. But to the spirits, it was just created that way. So if the creator is good, and we all come up to the creator, then there should be something good in us also. So everything has a good side and a bad side. Now, let me concentrate more on the deer and plant analogy so that we draw certain things, conclusion out of it. Now, to deer, plant is food meant for its survival. To plant, deer is evil meant to oversee its extinction, or meant to lead plant into extinction. So if plant wants to protect itself, what can plant do? Plant has to grow thorns to protect itself, because deer doesn't really like eating plants that have long thorns that will hurt it. Because as deer tries to send its mouth towards the herb, there is a thorn that it must come in contact with before. So if plant is able to know how to grow thorns, it will be able to protect itself from deer. Now, if deer also want to protect itself from lion, what must deer do? Deer should learn from tortoise and then learn how to grow shell. Because when deer has shell, the teeth of a lion cannot break into the shell of a tortoise. So that's a protection. But there is also a consequence to this action. Now the consequence will be much seen when we look at the function of deer to plants also. You see, when deer goes close to plant, deer doesn't finish off plant. Deer just takes part of plant and eat. And in return, deer uses the plant or the herb it ate to form a digested product and eject the product through the anal cavity or the anal canal, and it becomes it comes out as feces, or what you would say shit. I don't want to mention it. All right, now plant uses that as a compost, fertilizer, and the poo or the ejected product of the herb that passed through the internal canal of deer has become fertilizer to the plant, with which plant is able to grow well. So it's a service survivability process. You serve me, I serve you. There's nothing like worship here. The word is serve. So there are spirits that are like deer, and when they engage you, they expect that you serve them. They take a portion of you. You give them something, then they depend on what you have given them. They also give you something in return that's able to aid your life. You understand? Yeah. Meanwhile, when you grow thorns to protect yourself from the deer will surely die. And when deer dies, deer become fertilizer to you, yes. But there will come a point where there is no fertilizer anymore, and the plant will also begin to wither. The plant will surely die. So there's no need plants growing thorns. Plants should only come to understand that deer is not really meant to hurt so much. Deer need a portion of plant, convert it into something better for plant to use for the continual process or the continual growth of plant itself. So you see, what plants call evil, or what you may call evil spirit, is only because you are misunderstanding what the spirit is and what it's supposed to do for you. And the demands of that spirit is something that you are not able to meet. But if you're able to meet the demands of that spirit, you realize that the spirit is a good spirit. So when I said there's nothing like a bad spirit and there's nothing like a good spirit, I think you now understand. Let me use the God of the Bible for example. When you go to the Bible, you realize that the land of Canaan belongs to people that we call Jebusites. Jebusites, right? And the Israelites were commanded by the God of the Bible to go and extinct the Jebusites, kill them all, and take the land. Okay, now to people like the Jebusites, the Philistines, and those who lived around the land, the God of Israel will be an evil spirit or a bad spirit because it was hurting them, or the God of Israel was hurting them. Now to the Israelites, because the God of Israel was doing things for their progress, they will see the God of Israel as a good spirit. You understand? So I said there's nothing like a bad spirit and there's nothing like a good spirit. All spirits can do bad, it can also do good, depending on the situation. That will determine the outcome. So when you stand against a particular spirit to show you the negative side of it, when you stand in favor of a particular spirit and do according to its norms and regulations, it will be for you. I think this episode is able to change your mindset about Spiritism and not see it as a no-go area. In fact, there is an internal spirit embedded in you that if you are able to grow it and use it, you will not be needing the external spirit so much. However, how do you get knowledge of the spirit in you? Because as a human being, your mind has been wiped, your memory has been wiped. You don't even have any knowledge of yourself. That's why you will need the external spirit to help you know yourself. After knowing yourself and learning how to grow the spirit in you, you can depend on that spirit in you, where you have to close your doors and go deep within yourself, that's in your chambers, and you talk to the Father in you who hears secrets in darkness, and he will respond. So know thyself. Thyself is the truth. Know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Know thyself, and thyself shall set you free. So I want to end or close the curtains on this episode here. I think I've exhausted the purpose of this episode. I came to espouse a bit about how plants and animals teach us about Spiritism and how to understand spirit better. You can leave your comments in the comment section. I'll be there to respond. Now, I want to establish here that myself, I'm not a priest. All right. I don't do spiritual help for people. I don't have the authority to do so. But what I do is that I have connections with genuine people who are here to help at a fee. So if you watch my programs and you like my level of spiritual growth, know that it's because of some people who have been teaching me behind scene. So if you want to get spiritual help and you need someone that you can trust, well, you can contact me and I'll listen to what you have and find out someone who can best assist you. Okay? All right. Now in my next episode, I'll come and talk about Ifa divination. And I'll be using the Christian Bible to pinpoint the parts that talk about Ifa divination that Christians are not aware of, or if they are aware, perhaps they think it's evil. All right. So check one of my episodes that I will do in the future, and it will be about Ifa divination as an African spirituality that's copied in the Christian Bible. All right, so see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.